Tell me something. Hey, what's happening? Girls of Booze in the house. Doug. And I just wanted to take a minute and talk to you a little bit about our guests on this show. So this was a special show that we did that we called Bands and Beers. The idea being taking someone from the music world and kind of smashing them into what we do. So, introducing guys to some beers maybe they've never had before. And, of course, making them suffer through a bad beer of the night. So, our guests, The View from Here. These boys are a couple of Jersey guys going about things in what I would say the right way. They're on their grind. They keep their head down. They're not blasting all over social media about how big they're going to be and that they're going to be the next big thing and that they're taking over the music world. They have a much more down-to-earth, much more humble sort of approach to how they do things, which actually, to me, is a little inspiring. It sort of inspires me to hey, maybe not blast out everything I'm doing. Just keep grinding. Just keep working. These guys work hard. They're serious about their music. You can tell that. But they like to have fun, too, which hopefully you'll get from our time together here. The View from Here, in the time that I've had to get to know them, they're the type of guys that you root for. These are the guys that you want to see make it. A couple of good guys, great music, professional sound. I challenge you to jump anywhere that you find your music, anywhere you digitally stream music, digitally buy music, and look for their EP, New Perspective. The View from Here, New Perspective, and listen to it. It sounds as professional as anything that any other band is putting out, any other major band is putting out. And speaking of professional, what they were really here for, because let's face it, they're not here to just suffer through a bad beer of the night with us for no reason. They were here to promote and talk about the fact that they're launching their very first music video Friday. It's called Whatever Happened, Happened. And it's going to be on Substream. Is going to be the place to find it. I'm sure it'll be everywhere else, but you can find it at Substream, at Substream on Instagram. I had an opportunity to be there for the recording of the music video. Interesting process to watch from the background. And if you keep your eyes peeled, you see your boy, as well as Dana from DLC Styles in the video, if you can pick us out. But the point is, they took it very seriously. They weren't there to mess around. They had a number of extras that they had to move around. They had a couple of shots and some complicated things that they had to do, and it all came out great. I had an opportunity to see the video. And again, I'm telling you, it's as top quality as any video that you would see. If MTV was still playing videos, I would put this up against anything that you would see on there. I can't say enough great things about them, and I'm not here to really fillet them. Super nice guys, and I think that you'll see that they adapted to the ridiculousness of our show almost too quickly and almost too easily, specifically things like watching your glass. Anyway, give them a follow on Instagram at The View From Here NJ. Find their album, New Perspective, anywhere you find your digital music. And be on the lookout for the launch of the very first music video for Whatever Happened, Happened on Friday, April 19th. That's next Friday. You won't be disappointed. Give these guys a follow. Give them some love. Check them out. Like I said, these are the guys that you want to see good things happen to. And as a bonus, they put out some very good music. If you're joining us for the first time, if you are fans of The View From Here and you're kind of checking out the show, I do caution you, we work a little bit blue. I apologize. We have some potty mouths, some adult languages here. I apologize ahead of time. Adult content. If you're watching the video show, we know it's a lot to ask of you to sit in front of a YouTube for an hour and change. Break it up. Break it up over the course of a few sessions. These guys are entertaining and it's worth it. If you're joining us on the podcast, hey, be in the car for an hour. You're fine. Anyway, enough from me. Ladies and gentlemen, Bands and Beers, and this is The View From Here. Welcome to a special edition of both GoB TV and GoB Radio. Grills of Booze in the house. Doug.
Christian.
And with us, of course, is
Justin.
Dan.
And Vince.
And these are the boys from The View From Here.
Happy to be here.
Thanks for having us.
Again.
And this is all respects to Justin for the name, but we're deciding to call this Bands and Beers. Bands and Beers. So a little what we do, a little what they do, kind of mashed together. We're the beer side. Obviously, they're the band side. So what's up, guys?
Not much.
What's going on, man? Nice to be back. Again.
On
Yeah,
this
this is our second session. Second session, we did a little test episode just to kind of see how it would come out, and came out great. But we decided to do a second recording just because.
Because we love
just
doing
had
it.
that much fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Nobody will ever see the first. That's for us and us only.
Yeah.
Nah, we'll put a couple
There's some
clips out.
juicy stuff in there.
Got weird.
Yeah.
Chris hammered me with the watch your glass move, so he really is.
That's right.
He's
Forgot
like
about that already.
he got me so bad he never gets me, and
think
he's
he
really
ever-
champion getting that footage out there. I can
Of course.
promise
It
you.
was right from the get-go, too.
I attempted to get Dan, and that
I
got
think we had a
stolen.
wet t-shirt contest.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it was some pretty juicy material.
Somebody's groin got soaked
Yeah.
in the
Yep.
attempt.
I think it was his groin and like entire upper body.
Yeah.
No? It was like just
Yeah,
chest
well,
down.
it was
yeah.
bad.
But yeah, it's like the trial by fire. That's the welcome to the compound.
yes.
We of course have some rules here. I don't know how many of these you want to follow. The main one: always finish your beer. Whatever's in your glass, finish your beer. Of course, watch your glass. And there's the burp game. Now, you guys, whether or not you want to get involved in this game or not, that's entirely up to you.
I tried to do it. I just don't understand the
I
point.
see.
Yeah, I'm not really sure I get the point.
That's the problem. There is no point because you know it's really a punishment for a follow-up show, which we don't really do.
We're not
So can we
awarding.
come up with like a mini punishment right now? Because we're
Absolutely.
seasoned at this point.
Absolutely. So we can do this, and
Okay.
whoever loses can drink that old ass can of that drink in 30 days. It's 3.5 years old if you'd like. But
I don't like that punishment, dude.
whatever you guys want to do, you want to do a shot if you lose. I mean, whatever you want.
shot.
Shot of something gross, yeah.
Or are we agreeing that that's the punishment?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
explain the rules.
All right.
to
So
this.
now when somebody burps, this is a Zane Lamprey thing. I don't want to take any credit for it. Zane Lamprey, Drinking Made Easy, all the shows that he does. So if somebody burps,
Naturally.
yeah, you can't be like "Brr," like this fucker does when he starts to lose. He really starts to suck it up.
I
Ketchup.
hyperventilate. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, you hyperventilate because you know what you're about to drink.
Right.
Burp this. Now, whoever's the last one to do it.
Whenever anybody burps, you do
Yeah,
that?
whatever.
Okay.
anybody burps.
So last person gets
Last
a
person,
point.
we get a point. I mean, we can keep score here.
Absolutely.
most
We
points.
got
Yeah, we got a
paper
pen.
right here.
Yeah, I think
We're
we
even
need.
gonna keep
Good old
score, Chris.
GOB pen.
Chris,
What are you doing,
I
boys?
think we need a pen and
Chris
paper.
has been
We're going big.
There's
Chris
been
has
some
been begging
questionable-
for scores like to be kept
Yeah.
since we've been doing
There's
this.
been some questionable
He just wants to see
scorekeeping in my
Because he
opinion.
loses
himself
every time.
lose.
No, I think the scorekeeping has been off.
So before we get, so if you're joining us for the first time, if you're joining us from the Hopped Up Network or hoppedupnetwork.com, or if you're joining us because you're familiar with the band, we are the Girls of Booze, WGoB TV, WGoB Radio. We have a little bit of a structure that we like to follow, which is 4 beers, one from each of us. Of course, there's 5 of us here, so that doesn't work. And we put our heads together, figure out what we thought was our favorite beer of the night. And then after that, we like to punish ourselves for enjoying beer with a segment that we call Bad Beer of the Night. Finish up with a bad beer of the night, which isn't to say that the beer is brewed bad or it's a bad beer in that regard, just that it was kept for too long, it was light struck, it's infected, it was kept in Chris's car in the trunk in the heat, it was under a pallet, it was, anything that makes it bad. Not that the brewery itself made it bad. It's an important thing to note.
Yes.
Although I'm sure there are some bad beers.
Absolutely.
That
There's some bad beers that could be stored perfectly in
Yeah.
bad
It'll
beers.
still be bad.
We have expanded this category to include things like Bud Light Clamatos and
Oh,
Four
so your normal, like,
Locos. and
Oh,
nice
no.
beers and things like
Right.
that, too.
It's great. Good times. Generally, we rap about nothing here at this point. But what would be more interesting would be hearing from you guys. So let's learn about you a little bit. Give us a brief rundown. What's the history, for instance, original members, that kind of thing.
Me? All right, I
You're
guess
more
that's me.
original than me, yeah.
All right, so this band started with me and Dan here. We've played in previous bands before. We started in 2016 with this project. Ended up with our buddy Dave and our buddy Abs on guitar. And then we incorporated Mike on bass in probably late 2016, 2017. Last year, we lost both of our guitarists for various reasons. Love you, Dave and Abs. And Justin joined us, so we're a 4-piece at the moment, and still looking for a 5th guitarist. But we're trying
If
to
you
kill.
know anyone.
Yeah,
Even if you're watching, you play guitar,
yeah.
reach out.
You haven't settled on a new guitarist yet?
We're trying people out, man. I mean, we've had some people that are good, but it's like you just want it to click.
I mean, the best thing about everybody that's come through is like we vibed with them. Everybody was able to bullshit real easy. Like we all get along, but obviously that's only half the picture. You need to be able to pick up and play the parts as well. And I mean, they're not easy. I mean,
Yeah.
it took me a little bit to catch on.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I was forced into a weird situation because Dave chopped off half his finger and Abs' wrist was broken. So I had to learn these parts in 3 weeks, which really sucked. But I mean,
He did it.
yeah, I mean, some way, somehow, I was still able to pull that off and play a show.
That's why you're still here.
You know, next guy, yeah.
You made it
Next
through the
guy,
first round.
Whoever it may be, you have more than 3 weeks. So, I mean, you know.
So there's a lot that goes into it, but you guys have been doing it long enough where you can just tell when somebody meshes right away.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
more
Yeah,
or less. I mean, We've
absolutely.
all been in bands throughout the years. Vince and I actually played in a band in 2010 together. I know Dan was in another band at that time.
Yep.
You know, none of us were intertwined, but I'm sure we played shows here and there
We
together,
played- we've
whether
all
or not
played
we
a
knew.
show, yeah.
The LED show,
Yep,
right?
yep, yep,
In the basement of a church or something.
That was 2009, I think.
That was on. Or no, 2010.
Was it 2010? Yeah.
2009, 10, 11, somewhere in that era.
And you guys are Jersey guys, right? You're out of
We're all
Jersey?
Jersey guys.
All Jersey, yeah.
Jersey
North
born and
Jersey.
raised.
What do you- oh, here we go with the
Central.
North Jersey.
Central New Jersey.
Where would you say is the headquarters? What's the base?
We say Bridgewater.
Okay, so Bridgewater. And you're
Bridgewater,
calling that
New
North Jersey.
That's
I'm calling it Central,
It's
dude.
fucking,
It's
dude,
Central
it's
Jersey.
Central.
Oh my God! First of all,
You're
don't get to
outvoted.
say you're from
Wait,
PA.
did we
all
get
right?
into
Not
this?
from PA.
You
What are you
fucking-
talking
you-
about?
Actually, I'm from almost PA, and I'm in Northwest Jersey.
All right, so, yeah, but what was the first word you just said there?
Northwest.
Right. Okay. North.
West.
That's
You're
two
either
words.
You recognize the
north of the
Northwest?
bridge, south of the bridge, north of the wall, south of the wall.
West.
It's very simple.
North.
Very simple.
What's? I don't know about that, dude.
Yeah,
What do you
it's
say?
Go
You,
Central from the wall.
yeah.
this
What
is
if
like
you're
the-
right on the wall?
Yeah,
You
with-
can't be on. Well,
It's a
then,
big wall.
we are the
It's a
wall.
big wall.
It's. Do
Yes.
you even watch Game of Thrones?
No, fuck
So
that.
shut up,
It's a
dude.
big wall.
You say you guys are more beer guys, liquor guys?
To wash down the poor.
No, just in general. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make a
Like,
clever.
damn, dude. It's a little early for that.
7:00 in the morning, let me crack a cold one.
I'm trying to make a clever transition. All right, leave me alone.
Okay.
Definitely a beer.
I really appreciate both. I mean, I probably drink both equally. I'd say.
Yeah,
Like whiskey.
definitely was more a beer guy, but as of late, more of a liquor guy.
What's your liquor? You said whiskey.
I'm a
Yeah,
whiskey
I like
guy.
whiskey.
Yeah,
You too? Both of you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
whiskey, bourbon. You know, like
Some scotch.
yeah, I'll do scotch. Anything dark.
It's definitely a food pairing thing, though. Wouldn't you say, like, if you're having pizza, you'd rather have beer with it. If you're having
Yeah,
steak,
for
you'd rather
sure.
have beer with
And it's
it.
also
Yeah.
like a
You got
situational
pasta.
thing, man. Like,
You might have one.
most of the time at concerts, like I'm drinking a beer just because it,
Right.
you know,
Right. It's like
Yeah, you
part
don't
of the
blow
group, part of the
through
scene.
it.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that too. Yeah, you're not trying to be in a crowd sweating your ass off.
Drinking a Cabernet.
Slamming a Johnny
Unless
Walker
you're Mike
back.
Lisa. Shout out to Mike Lisa.
Excuse me, guys. Excuse me.
Mike.
So generally, in these instances, as we dive in, we dive into Chris's sack. But as our special guest here, we have Justin's sack. So we're going to reach into Justin's sack, and we tried to keep the beers in some way music related for the show. We thought that would be a fun thing to do. So we'll explain it as we go. But each beer has some sort of a music theme, some sort of a music identity, has something to do with music. Because bands and beers. Get it? All right.
So thoughtful.
So, Chris, why don't you dive into Justin's sack there and see what you pull out
I
first?
apologize. I don't mean to make this weird,
I
but
thought I was going in my own.
Well, you can go in your sack. There's two in there. You can get in your own
yeah.
sack. You guys can jump in your sacks
Grab my
together.
sack.
So first out of Justin's sack is that this is gonna be obvious how this is band related. This is called Enter Night from Stone Brewing, and you can tell by the lettering this is very obviously a collaboration with Metallica.
never heard of them.
You never heard of Metallica?
Who's that?
I don't know what to tell you then.
Are they new?
Yeah,
They have great snare sounds.
this
Snare sounds.
the double bass guys. So from Stone Brewing in collaboration with Metallica, there's a lot here. It's on. It's time to get started, to crank things up, to get loud. That thumping you feel at your chest isn't your imagination. It's your heart. It's life. It's the rockin' tunes.
Oh wow.
It's your inspiration wanting to break out. It ain't going to sit there waiting, so motherfucking grab it. This is a collaboration in the truest sense between two entities that were born on the fringes.
Join them.
We've navigated life from a different perspective. We imagine things differently from what they were and set about raising our art to change the world according to our vision. I need a breath. We started being misunderstood by many and loved by few. Today, that's the same. But that few has become more, a lot more. That's you, my friend, and we're stoked you're with us on this
getting
journey.
a
The
tutorial.
day is winding down. It's time to get started. No more waiting. It's time to get loud, motherfucker. It's time to enter night. So this is Enter Night from Stone Brewing.
That was a
whole
lot, dude.
The whole thing. Look how small this text is.
Someone in
I saw
Metallica
when he
was
started
like, "We
reading it.
need all this,
I'm like, he's
dude."
not gonna.
They're like, "Have you
gonna
heard our
text
songs?"
us.
Yeah,
Our
they're-
music doesn't speak for itself anymore, so this beer needs to.
yeah.
And this is a Pilsner. just to put that out there. So this should be fairly light, easy gateway into what we're doing here today.
I forget. Are we going bottom of bottom of?
I'm trying to go to the bottom of the lettering.
Yeah.
You guys kind of make it up as you go. We got
Maybe a
it.
little less.
Stop right there.
Yeah.
So that's the Inner Night Pilsner, 5.7 alcohol by volume. So a light star. Justin spilled on himself already, as you can see.
No.
Justin, how could you be so careless?
I don't
Believe
know
me.
what to do with this. Like,
It'll be edited, and suddenly there'll be a pile of beer in front of you. So you spilled on yourself.
I got to tell you, visually, the beer does not look as hardcore as the description nor the label on the can.
Nor
kinda-
does it. It
it's kinda
smells pretty
tough.
like straightforward, man.
Right.
Like,
It's kind of tough to have that kind of description and then be a Pilsner. So
Yes.
it's like
Yeah.
a kind of slightly hazy, lemony color, light golden color. You can definitely see through it,
tastes
which
like,
is unusual for what we drink here.
Yes.
looks like piss.
Tastes like piss.
Smells like piss. This is
dude,
piss.
I wonder how much they had to do with designing this beer.
They're probably like, hey, can we just put your name on it? Yeah, go ahead, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
They don't
'cause-
strike me as Pilsner guys.
No, not at all, dude.
No.
They seem like good old Budweiser guys.
Or like
They're not Leonard Skinner, dude. I mean,
like bourbon barrel,
Alright,
bourbon
so-
barrel aged or
Yeah.
some kind of beer like that, or barley wine, something
Barley wine.
something hard.
so we going in?
Oh, I went in.
Well, you guys go in. Chris is going to tell us what he smells.
Yeah, nothing because I can't. I don't have a sense of smell.
Right. For those of you joining us for the first
Yeah.
time, Chris was blessed without the sense of smell.
Yeah.
He alleges. We've caught him, though.
No, I don't have one.
It smells like a beer, though, Chris. You're not really missing much. It
It
smells
smells
like
like your
let me
it
see
it
it.
sounds
Yeah.
smells like your
it
run of the mill
smells like
generic
cereal.
beer.
It smells like-
tastes about as standard as you can get.
I mean, yeah, it tastes like nothing. It tastes like
Yeah.
malts.
Yeah.
It tastes like Pilsner malt.
It's real pilsnerish,
Tastes like a little bit of barley,
like a lemony. You get a lemony.
a little lemon,
Yeah. Like
There's some
a
citrus in
a
that.
dishwashing soap.
a little
lemon.
dishwasher soap.
Yep.
Not a normal
Looks
lemon.
like some joy.
Artificial lemon, kind of. That's what I get.
There's
Very
nothing.
standard.
There's nothing
Nothing
special
to
about
it.
it.
Like not a natural.
Tastes a little dirty, like
Yeah.
like
And
there's actual dirt in my
That you
glass.
said this was Stone.
Stone.
I
Yeah.
generally enjoy Stone
Yeah.
beers. You
Yeah,
know?
me too.
I've
So
had a
this is
few.
kind of disappointing, man.
Well, it's probably
Yeah.
the type of beer.
yeah, of course.
It's the style.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a pill. What did you call it before? A palate cleanser?
Yeah, a palate cleanser.
Palate
First quality.
cleanser. I mean, you can only dress a pig up so much. You know what I mean? The pilsner's a pilsner.
Almost has like a sour smell to it, man.
I don't get like any sort of smell.
Really? Are you
At
and
all,
Chris
other than-
suffering from?
Yeah, you're sitting too close to Chris.
I
Move
passed
immediately.
it. I passed
Oh,
it
yeah,
off to him.
dude.
I'm next.
He's inherited my lack of smell.
I mean, my allergies have been starting to act up, so that could be it partially.
I don't think that's it because there's not much here.
You don't smell anything.
Dude, it's just, I mean, I smell it, don't get me wrong, but it's not like a robust smell in any way, shape, or form. It's just like,
Yeah, there's
beer. You can tell it's beer. But
Yeah.
There's nothing crazy to it.
Yeah, this is literally like it's a beer.
It's a common
what's
man's
the percentage
beer.
on this?
5.7. 5.7.
So it's your classic
You're
like
run of the mill.
Yeah.
run of the mill beer.
Standard
Yeah.
beer.
Run of the miller.
Well,
A little higher than like your standard American lager, which are usually like in the fours. You know, kind of thing.
4.8.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is definitely
high fours.
very much like a Miller. Like
yeah.
So let me ask you this.
Those are all lagers.
As the two beer
yeah.
drinkers over
Right.
here, do you guys have a go-to Pilsner?
No.
No, I don't like it.
It's like I don't
Shot
fucking
that
drink
down
that
very
shit.
quick.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
like
do not
garbage.
have a go-to Pilsner. My Pilsner, the Pilsner I go to is the one where it's like, oh, well, there's nothing. I guess I'll have a Pilsner.
a bottle of water. A bottle of water for me is my go-to pilsner. That's,
There
I
was
agree
a-
with that.
yeah.
So, and it's still Chris. It's still Chris. It's amazing.
Mark 'em down.
Mark him down.
Dude, I just
Hey,
like
we're
jabbed
keeping an
myself in the
official
head
score
to
by
not
the
hit
way
the
for
microphone.
once.
Chris is bitching
Shit.
and complaining about this. Has finally led us to
Yeah.
keep a real score,
Well,
and
this-
it's still Chris.
The scorekeeping was questionable, but you know,
It was.
Not anymore.
It's official now on this white piece
Four
of paper.
witnesses.
I don't have good reflexes. That's a problem.
Yeah, that is the problem. Listen, who's the biggest drinker in the band? Would you say who drinks the most?
Probably me.
Right,
Yeah?
Vince,
Guy.
every practice
But-
there's a bullet bourbon.
Oh, easily.
And there's probably
Multiple.
two or three of
I
them
was gonna
throughout
say
the night.
multiple
Yeah.
bullet bourbons.
I'm usually the first one there. Vince gets home from work at like 5:30. I'm already down in a little studio setup that we have. And he's just already walking down with, bourbon on the rocks. I'm like, fucking really, dude? We got to track drums today.
Sounds about right.
You're
Well-
going to not play this right. And he's like, fuck it.
Nah, that's not true.
see what happens.
One bourbon in is normally a good tracking. That's a good tracking mindset for
Right,
me.
but by the time
Anything
we start,
after that, yeah, it's
by
bad.
the time we start tracking, you're,
like 2,
on
3.
your second one easily because we've
Thinking about
bullshitted
the
for
third
first
one,
hour.
but
It
And when-
is.
You don't eat since noon in 3 hours. I mean, that
yeah.
could be dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta live dangerously, man.
That's true.
I'm actually gonna do a good old sober April.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it.
I'm not buying it.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Really either, but like we'll see what happens.
Way to sell it.
Yeah, dude.
Watch your glass, Justin.
The first
What is
watch your
happening?
glass of the night.
Sorry,
Chris is fired up,
I
bro.
just hate pilsners.
It's like
It's the beer's fault, actually. It's not even yours.
No. That's it's definitely mine. I didn't have my hand on my cup, but I mean, it's like
It's not the worst beer to have to drink. Yeah.
it's like whatever.
When the sour comes out, watch your glasses. That's
Justin, you're in the Doug Club because they bitch at me all the time that I'm always the last one to finish because I'm trying to enjoy it and trying to see if if I can find something.
I can't say
here,
that I was
You're not
necessarily
gonna enjoy this.
I'm
beer.
digging for something in a
trying to
Pilsner.
enjoy it, but I just got a full glass, more than my original pour. That's definitely Chris.
I didn't hear anything.
It's definitely burped.
Let me ask a question. How did you not hear something? I'm over here already.
Because you reacted to them putting their hands up.
Well, you got to watch your glass
There's
and watch
nothing
your
to.
forehead.
I'm not gonna pour it at this point.
Apparently, my vision is.
I promise you I
my
will
vision's
not pour this
compromised
one.
as well. Okay, that's right. Yeah, I believe it.
How many times have you burned Chris that he's
it's-
skeptical of the new
he's
Yes.
guys?
Oh, yeah.
He's got PTSD, bro. It's so bad.
Now you get it. Now you understand.
The harassment that this poor guy has to
there we
deal
go.
with is unbunbelievable. No grown man should have to put up with Chris has to put up with down
No,
here.
thank you, Doug. I appreciate you actually.
Between me and Frank on either side of you, it's a fucking nightmare.
Well, I appreciate being honest about
Man.
that.
By the way, our friend Frank, a third member of the group, here with us in spirit, he couldn't be with us. So
he doesn't like us, huh?
Yeah,
That's what I said upstairs. I was like,
he's just got a family of about 800 people, so
Oh,
they always
okay.
have something going on.
Yeah,
I was
wow.
just at a wedding with his family, and it's amazing how much family they have. I mean, they're all great. Like they're
Is he
all
Italian?
they love each other. No, he's Dominican actually.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the same thing. Family
Yeah.
values, you know.
yeah, Italian, Dominican, real close on the globe.
all-
I
they
get-
all-
I
they all
don't mean it like
food, they
that,
like
dude.
food
I'm
as
just
much.
saying, like, they got the family thing going
Both
on. I feel
no,
you.
that is true. That you're absolutely right.
Yeah, he's a big
Yeah.
family guy, so I think it's a cousin's Sweet 16 or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But he was bummed that he couldn't be here.
Sweet 16. Yo, Frank has probably been so drunk all weekend.
Yeah.
Like Frank was probably gonna be struggling.
Well,
all
Frank
morning.
is funny too because like
He's so drunk
he's
every night,
definitely
so.
he's like the guy that like so we had to drive obviously because I had to work the next day and we weren't going to stay at the wedding because it was a Thursday wedding. And he's just one of these like, Doug, you ever gonna drink? Doug, you know, like I can't keep up with him. He's an animal, fucking animal, and he makes me mad.
Down there somewhere.
It was
don't
over
know.
here somewhere.
It was,
Definitely
it
one
was
of you
either
two.
you or
On the
me.
end, on
It
the
was
end
one
over
of you
there.
too.
I'll take it.
Vince?
I'll take it. Yeah.
Whoa. Let's rate him. Why don't you guys start?
All right, wait, are we on a scale of 5?
We are on a
Vince.
scale.
No, I'm sticking to
You
the
could
scale of
go-
5 this
We're on
time.
a scale of 5. On the test episode, Vince was up in like the 15s, I think.
Yeah.
But,
It got.
it was like
It
a
got
15
high.
out of 5.
You know the
but-
problem is you ranked the first one so high. It was
Dude,
like,
I
you
didn't-
had nowhere else to go.
Listen,
out
I didn't
swinging.
know the standard, man. Like, you made me
Yeah.
go first. I was just, shooting in the
He
dark.
said it was out of 5.
Yeah, but like, I don't know, man.
I mean, I'm gonna give it a 2.
You can also go below 1 if you like.
No, I'll give it a 2. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's not a Miller. It's not any sort of overproduced garbage beer you're gonna find on the shelf of a Quick Check or whatever it may be. I'm not gonna go out of my way to drink it, but it's not the worst thing, as you can see, because I just drank 2 glasses of it. Fuck you. 2. So 2. That's my rate.
Go down the line, you
All right.
guys. You're the
So
guest.
I'm going to go, since it's out of 5, I'm going to give it the standard 2.5. Just because it's right in the middle. It's not the best. It's not the worst. Very
Yeah.
standard beer.
Yeah, I'm kind of right along. I was thinking 2.25 because if it was on tap somewhere,
That's definitely me.
Was
No,
that
no,
Doug?
yeah, it was-
no shot, that was me.
who the hell is burping? Who is it?
I
I'm begging to put some bass in it. I can't hear it down here.
I'm just reacting to the fingers. I can't even hear it.
Yeah, if I had the choice between this and a Miller at a on tap, I'm going with this. But I would never order it if there was anything else.
I got to tell you, I'm a little bit bummed because I was really trying to find this for the first time that we recorded because I was like, oh, is this going to be a perfect beer for that? And it's just okay, actually. I feel like a 2.5 is probably the right score also. So that's where I'm going, 2.5. It elicits no reaction out of me, and it is something that I would drink rather than like a Bud Light or a Miller Light if I was trying to
Agreed.
have beers on the lake or some shit.
I've had bottles of water with more flavor than this. I'm gonna go.
That's because your
Wow.
senses are fucked up.
Maybe. The thing for me with this, like, I got a lemony taste, but it was an artificial, not a pleasant lemon taste.
Pine Sol.
A pine,
Yeah.
like a chemically, like an artificial.
feel that.
So, and I don't like Pilsners. I mean, there's nothing to them. Probably go 1.5.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right then.
Sorry,
Metallica.
sorry, Metallica.
So that's the
Good band. Good band.
Great band.
Oh, now they're a good
Terrible
band. You guys
band.
were just talking shit a minute ago.
Yeah, I was talking shit, but I fucks with some Metallica.
No,
I do not, dude. I fucking.
They're
hate
legends.
What,
They're
dude?
legends.
Oh
They're
my
legends.
God.
Metallica's great.
Cheesiest dad rock
Enter
ever, dude.
Sandman.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
No, they're dad rock like now. If you listen to that new EP, but like the Black Album.
Yeah, okay.
You listen to the
What's the
discography.
Master of
I
Puppets?
didn't.
What's the one that has the
Enter
lightning
Sandman.
bolt?
Yeah, cool
What's the
story,
Black
bro.
Album?
No,
Yeah.
no.
They should go on
What's
tour
the
with
one-
Avenged
is it called
Sevenfold.
Lightning?
No,
Yeah,
Ride the Light.
Ride the Light.
Ride the
Light.
Light.
Avenged
Yeah.
Sevenfold.
They used to have fucking like grungy ass heavy punk songs, dude.
They were kind of trendsetters in a way. Like
Absolutely.
You know.
Yeah.
They shaped
Yeah, I'll give
where
them
the
that.
metal scene kind of went.
Yeah, cool,
Fuck yeah,
cool
Metallica,
story.
Vince just doesn't appreciate his roots.
I fucking
not a
don't
fan.
like. I like don't like them.
Does that
man.
make you more of a Megadeth guy then? Or?
I'm not. I'm neither, dude. I'm the biggest for being a musician. I'm a music
silent
snob.
burping.
Yo, it's definitely this beer because we've all been burping.
So anyway, that's the Enter Night, the Pilsner from Stone Brewing in collaboration with Metallica. And that is the sound effect tells you everything you need to know. And that's the first one out of the chute. Well, it's not really the first one. It's like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is that? Our 8th one that we've done together now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but for the illusion, that's our first one out of the chute. So Justin's gonna dive into the sack here. What do you got for us next, Justin?
We got some.
Oh, look at bottles. Now we're fancy. So next out of the sack is, again, keeping with the music theme. This is Dogfish Head with the Grateful Dead. And they call this American Beauty. It's a pale ale from Dogfish Head and the
Sick
Grateful
rhyme, dude. Are you a lyricist?
Dead. Huh? Yeah, totally. 6.5% alcohol by volume, so we go up the ladder a little bit, a 12-ounce bottle. And it's got the little red and blue kind of bears clanking their glasses together, having a good old time. Clink, 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 clink. That's a wedding joke that nobody here is going to get.
No, I like that. You know, it's welcoming. It's like, hey, drink me.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
more enjoyable.
You know?
We put LSD in this.
This isn't beer. This
Yeah.
is we put LSD in it.
And there's not a paragraph description on this one to read, so that's nice.
Was there even any description?
There was no description.
No, everyone's too
Short,
fucked
sweet,
up
and
to
to the
Do
write.
you need one with that kind of picture?
They're like, dump this
No.
shit in your glass
There
and
you
just drink it.
granola and honey. That,
Where do you see that?
Sounds
That
delicious.
does sound good.
this right off the bat looks like a good beer. I mean, you guys are animals, not even like trying to go along with what they're doing, just sipping it right away.
Listen, I told you.
It was just
I
Dan,
told you.
bro.
You're guests. You do whatever you want to do.
Hey, yeah, I know. It's
You guys
our
are the
world
band.
and
You guys can rock out, bro. I
da-da-da-da.
don't care what you do.
Yeah, we barely rock out. We're fucking boring people.
All right. So it's at what, like a burnt orangish color, a little bit of an amber hue.
It's a nice honey look.
Honey
is
look is a good call.
Yeah.
Slightly off white head, which does not stick around.
This smells a little smoky.
It's weird, dude.
It smells.
little smoky.
It
Yeah.
smells like not at all what I was expecting it to smell like.
No, yeah, I'm right there with
So
you.
you said
man.
oats and honey were in the flavor profile, right?
No,
Granola
granola.
and
Granola and honey.
I smell the honey. I don't.
I
I
smell
don't
honey,
smell the
but I-
granola at all.
Because who said smoky? It
I
does
said
smell a little
smoky.
bit smoky.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
little smoky.
It smells a little.
Did anyone dive in besides
did.
Dan?
You both did, didn't
It
you?
was good.
I did not.
It tasted good.
You can sort of smell a little bit of like a
That's,
granola. kind
that's
of
Ooh,
thing.
good.
that's-
It's lighter than I was expecting.
Good.
Yeah.
It is lighter than I expected, but it's got a very nice,
Yeah.
almost like
I like that.
sweet taste behind
So
it.
the granola isn't definitely in the
It gets
aftertaste.
Yeah, that's
the
where I
sweeter-
get the sweet
Say
from.
and it intensifies after you drink it. The sweeter taste, you actually get more of that.
It's funny. It's the other way for me. I taste the
really
sweetness
good.
right away, and then like that
Great
kind of that
Really?
granola kind of thing at the end.
Yeah, the granola is
um,
definitely in the aftertaste.
Tastes
Good.
a little bit like cereal.
Yep.
Yep, that's funny because didn't we have a cereal comparison last time around too with one of the beers?
Oh yeah, we did. You're
we
right.
did, yeah.
yeah.
This is a beer I would actually take on.
Justin trying the reverse psychology.
Yeah.
Listen, enough about the beer. Nobody cares. Let's talk.
I faked him out.
Yeah, I just drank 2 in a row. It's like, nah,
I don't
I'm
care.
good, dude.
You can dump it in my glass. I want all of it. Let's talk about you again, because nobody cares about this part of it, frankly.
Nobody
So-
cares about us either,
Yeah,
but that's
well,
right.
I don't know if that's true. So talk a little bit about the plans for the future. What does it look like for you?
So, I mean, I guess April 19th, future-wise, we have a video coming out, and then
We do.
Music video.
shows throughout the next couple months.
Yeah. Oh, I'd probably have to pull them up, but I know we're playing May 18th or 19th down in Seaside Heights. We're doing the Jersey Shore Fest.
Oh yeah, we figure out what they
nice.
were playing.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think after April 5th.
April.
okay. Yeah, they haven't
Oh
told
yeah,
us.
that's a couple days from now.
Hey, how
I'm
about
actually
that?
super stoked for that, based
Yeah.
off like the pictures previously. It looks like there's.
It looks like
bunch
a
of people
huge
that go, which it's the
fest.
beginning of summer too.
Yeah, everyone's
So it's an
pumped to be
outdoor
out
type
in
thing.
warm air.
Big outdoor fest. I don't know exactly where. If it's like right on the boardwalk, or if it's on the beach.
I think
or
it's
if
on the beach, dude. Yeah.
Oh,
If
that's
it's on the
really?
beach,
Is it?
that's
That's
fucking
awesome, yeah.
sick.
That's really
So,
cool.
We're also what else are we playing, dude? We're playing
Playing down in Philly literally like 3 days
May
later.
15th, right? Was that
No,
the-
I think
No,
it's the
22nd. May
is the
22nd will be
fire
down in Philly. First show in Philly, actually.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's gonna be cool.
And
What
then
else?
we're playing Corncella, which is obviously a spoof on Coachella.
Yep.
And that's in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania.
But thanks for picking us, guys.
Yeah, thanks. That's awesome. We're excited.
Appreciate it.
I think there's a couple things in between there too. We're trying to figure out that thing in what was it, Brooklyn, whatever maybe.
Man,
I don't think we're
Yeah,
doing
Punk
that.
Fest. I mean, it's still up in the air. You know, the following, I guess the big one to really plug right now because it's only 2.5 months away. Is whoever's watching this July 20th.
July
Roxy
20th.
Nukes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be a
Putting
banger of a show.
1 year anniversary for
Setting
the
up a
EP.
show.
You know, there's gonna be a bunch of fire bands on there, all local support, trying to maybe pull somebody special. But
Where is
still
this?
in the
We'll
works.
keep you updated.
Oh,
That's in Denellen, New Jersey.
Yeah, it's gonna be
No.
Metallica.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be Metallica.
Oh,
Look
yeah,
at Justin
I did it
came in
too
slow. You can't slow roll in there.
James.
I don't want to
James.
Listen, don't worry about the fucking top.
I forgot
Don't
his
worry about
fucking
the
name.
top. Oh, fuck it. All right then.
No.
Yo, send it my way, dude. I
Not
don't
today,
give a shit.
motherfucker. Do you guys have a? So you play mostly in Jersey, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
trying to branch.
That's
out.
where,
Branching
yeah, we're
out.
at the point where we're trying to play less in Jersey and play elsewhere.
Would you say? Go ahead.
Have we touched New York at all? Even before my time?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
No, we
No,
never,
we played
which is
Bayonne,
surprising.
close. But
Bayonne.
not-
Well, that was my first show with you guys.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
right
That
outside
was.
New York, so I guess New York's definitely top priority.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like it's a weird scene out there, like where there's not a.
I mean, it is. I feel like it's kind of hit or miss, just playing there throughout the years.
What was this thing a couple months ago that you went to? There was some conference or something, right? Wasn't that in like PA or
No.
what was that?
Was sick.
Yeah,
I didn't play that one.
Dan was
So
in
you were in
Australia.
Australia.
Dan was just like, "Oh, sorry guys,
Australia.
can't play it. Going to Australia." That was a music conference. Most people are probably familiar, if they're familiar at all, with Launch Music Conference. This was not Launch Music Conference.
We didn't get picked.
No, we didn't get picked for that, but that's all right. This was a cool little conference in Harrisburg, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, and basically we just got to go out for 2 days, 3 days, and learn a bunch about the music industry. We met the creator of Reverb Nation, which was cool. Thanks, Stu.
Lou.
Lou, Stu, Lou.
Stu, Lou. Same Rugrats.
It's not the same.
Stu Pickles.
He was a cool dude, though.
Stu Pickles.
He partied.
You partied.
He did work, dude. He drank every night.
Yeah, dude, he was partying. And we played a show. It was cool. We met a lot of cool people, and it was great.
Yeah, it was a
That
fun
was
little 3
attractive.
days. It was nice, get away from everything. Obviously, not in our hometown. Nobody needs to worry about work. We're going there to learn about what we do or are trying to do, and then perform. So
I
it's
get
cool.
drunk.
So what genre? Like what do you guys? What's your genre? Like
That's a
what kind
very
of-
interesting question. We never know how to
style?
answer.
Good question.
it.
It's loaded, man. To the average person, we're hard
Rock.
rock.
Alternative.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, guys like us, you could say we're indie, post-hardcore, math rock. There's, I mean, you could probably come up with a couple more.
Yeah, we're whatever you want us to be, man. Just listen.
Yeah.
Just check us out on
Give us a listen,
Spotify.
and You tell us.
Yeah.
How about this? Whoever defines our genre gets a
Free t-shirt.
Yeah, free
Yeah,
t-shirt.
free T-shirt. We have a bunch of. We actually do have a bunch of new merch coming out. So
We do. Speaking of which, here's a little plug for you guys. Our new shirt, which I was pushing so hard for, but it's still going to be there. A beer can that said "The Brew from Here."
I wanted that.
I wanted that so bad.
I like that.
I say we still find a brewery, which I'd actually talked to Doug a bunch about, saying, "Hey, look, can we collab on a beer? That'd be really cool."
well,
That's
dude.
pretty cool.
Oh, that was
Definitely not me.
That was
No
probably
fucking
me,
way.
man.
Yeah, I feel like it was Justin, but if we're gonna say Dan, then it will say Dan.
No,
Vince.
Vince.
Oh, Vince. Oh,
Yeah.
Well, my roommate, his sous chef, is opening a brewery in Somerville. So,
you just sent me the link
what's-
for that.
What's the name of that? Yeah.
oh god, I couldn't even
Village.
tell.
Probably- I have it in my
Village
phone.
Something.
Village Tavern.
Village.
I can't wait till that opens.
Village Brewery, right?
Yeah, it could be. It's
The
like
Village
right on the
Brewery.
main street in Somerville. They're going to be doing a lot of coffee brews. I don't know. That
I don't
might
either.
have been me
It's
again.
either me or you. I'll take it. I don't know why I hesitated there.
Yeah, they're going to be doing coffee brews with Cheech's own coffee, so I'm excited for that. Maybe we can like finagle a.
No, no.
Yeah.
Why do you have to ruin it for me?
Oh, you don't like coffee?
So
bro?
what else?
no.
So what else do you hear in terms of what they'll be brewing? Like what's their like? Are
Dude,
they
they're
gonna have
gonna be
like a
doing-
flagship type style? Like
No, they're not doing just. It's just that there's a coffee shop right across the street at Chi-Chi's Zone. So
I
like
see.
they're going to be doing a couple collaborations.
cool.
Yeah,
That's
I
cool.
gotta-
No, they're gonna have a mixture of stuff, and they're also doing like some really wild, like breakfast, lunch type stuff, brunch.
Yeah.
So it should be a cool place to.
Well, Somerville's
check
become
out.
such a trendy spot, so I'm
Yeah.
sure
It
you have
has,
to
it
do
really
that
has,
stuff.
yeah.
in that, yeah,
a lot
so-
of hipsters. Still,
I don't know about hipsters. I'm just saying that
Uh,
like it's
Hey,
It's too expensive for
I'm
hipsters.
not a hipster. That's our missing compadre right now, Michael. He's grazing around somewhere because he's vegan.
Yep.
I was
our
gonna say,
bassist
is he
Michael
really a
couldn't join
hipster?
us.
But all right, I
Oh,
see.
he's-
If you saw him, you'd be like, "Yeah, kid's a hipster."
He's a hipster, vegan.
Fucking beanie.
So
you're
Full
bassist?
hipster glasses. Yeah, our bassist.
Yeah, you're basically,
Mike.
yeah.
Yeah, but we love him.
Love you, Mike.
Yeah, but you only saw him. I think you only met him when he was in a suit, so it didn't
That's
like
true.
it didn't give the
That's
full.
true. That's a good call.
Full vibe.
Oh yeah, Doug was at the music video, so
Doug
Yeah,
was-
so talk about. Well, here let's rate this, and then we'll move on to the next beer, and then we'll
Yeah,
talk about
yeah,
that.
that's
So
good.
let's, Chris, why don't you start?
This beer 3.5. I like the honey influence I get from it, and you do taste the granola. I mean, I give it more points because the flavor profile is right on. I got both.
yeah, that was cool.
Wasn't a great beer to me, but I'll give them some brownie points for hitting both right on the head in terms of flavor.
I'm gonna go a little lower actually. I'm at 3.25. Right? You went 3.5?
3.5,
Yeah,
yeah.
3.25. It's okay. Everything was there, but it was a little bit muted for me, and I'm not a huge fan. Plus, Dogfish kind of falls into the same category as Sam Adams for me, which no matter what else is going on, I'm always aware that I'm drinking a Dogfish, and it's kind of how I feel about Sam
actually
Adams
agree
too.
with you.
So, but it's good. It wasn't bad. 3.25.
It's funny you say that about Sam Adams. Like I just can't drink Sam Adams beers, dude.
No?
Like it's just.
Really?
I've yet to find anything from them where I'm like, that's good. Like I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. But I'm in the 3.5 range. Like it's not a normal beer that I would order, but it was really good. You know, if someone handed this to me, I'd probably stick with it for the night.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't turn it down either.
Yeah,
No.
that was good. I liked the granola.
I'm gonna go. I was gonna say 3.5, but I don't want to be basic now and agree with everyone else. I'm just gonna give it the
give it a 6.
3.75.
Oh,
I'm gonna.
3.7.
I'm gonna boost it up a 0.25 because they were right on the money with the flavor profile, and Justin
damn
just
it.
lost. And yeah, I really
Yo,
enjoyed the
I'm
flavor.
leading the pack right now. What the fuck?
Chris is gonna ask you to come back every time.
Damn, sorry,
I
need to
got
pay
the
attention.
tortoise. The tortoise.
He's
next
only
to
one
me.
back. Oh, yeah, he's only one back. Believe me, as this goes on,
Yeah, that's
Chris will
I know,
pull ahead.
Chris-
Trust me.
Gah.
It turns into this. I literally have video of him like,
I'll be knocking my microphone over. I mean, you know,
Does this even count?
no, of course not. But this is what it turns into.
I don't get points for that when it happens.
Oh shit! All right,
Where
well,
you at, Justin?
I'm gonna bounce it back down exactly to what you said. Actually, 3.25. I mean, it was good. Flavor profiles are right there. You know, I wasn't blown away by the quality of the beer. Good beer nonetheless, but I mean, I've had better. Thoroughly enjoyed it, but it, you know, doesn't get an outstanding rating.
Doesn't excite you.
Yeah, exactly. You know, doesn't get me all hot and bothered.
That acid has not kicked in yet.
Thank God for that. Yeah. The acid that they
Yeah, I'm
brewed this
sitting
way
right
is
next to him.
not
Thank God
kicked
for
in.
that is right.
We got to rescore it once the acid drops.
Well,
20.
so that's the American Beauty Pale Ale from Dogfish Head with the Grateful Dead.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Dogfish Head from
Yeah.
Milton, Delaware.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mr. Big Brew.
So we're gonna dive into Justin's sack one more time. You guys can fight it out to decide who's gonna do that.
You can
Rock,
grab-
paper, scissors.
You can grab your own
Rock,
sack.
paper, scissors,
It's
yeah.
not that
Rock,
important.
paper,
one time, rock paper scissors.
It's on 3.
I did.
Rock,
three.
paper,
All right, do it again.
scissors, shoot.
Do it again.
You did 2 again.
Well, you got scissors, see, Lou, so reach in your own sack.
No, it's not how this works.
Chris doesn't know. He's just like, I'm just gonna leave my hand here.
I feel like the third one.
Rock and papers. All right.
All right. Well, anyhow.
So anyway,
Where's the beer?
I don't want to reach in your sack, anyways.
so next out of Justin's sack is we're keeping the music theme alive a little. This one's a little bit of a stretch because when you think about music, you think about records, you think about vinyl. So this is from Vinyl Brewing Company in I believe it's Hamilton, New Jersey. This is their IPA. It's their double dry hopped advances, DDH advances. 5.1% ABV.
Now you're talking.
And this, of course, is a crowler, so there's not much to tell you about here. It's the big silver crowler with the black label. Get spun, which I suspect is their tagline.
Yep.
It's go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say we got to watch that get filled. That was Dan.
Yes.
Yeah, so that-
I got to be on my game now.
It
that
got
was
spun
filled,
and got filled.
about a week ago.
We did visit down here at school. You were able to. They bring you right back into the back room and they show you all the. I mean, what are those big silver things called? You guys know
The kettles?
Kettles.
Kettles,
Thank you.
yep.
Of
Beer
all the
stuff.
beers that they're
Where the beer is
brewing,
brewed.
and then they pull out the crowler right there. They ask you what you want, and they, you're sitting right at the bar, and they turn around and they spin it right there.
The crowler machine, yeah.
Yeah, it was super cool.
Really cool.
Yeah, nice.
It's a neat process.
Yep, we actually visited that while we were in the studio down in Hamilton. So
That's awesome.
So what's the name of the studio down there?
it's called Lumberyard Recording Studios, run by Ace Enders of the Early November and Nick Brucey
Nick Brucey. I think
of
it's how you say
Man
it.
Overboard. Yep.
Now, does the brewery have a tap room where you can buy beer on draft? Or they just sell the cans out of there.
Oh yeah. Well,
think they have it right on tap, too.
yeah, they have it. So it is on. They fill the crowler from the tap, and then
But can you
Kinda
sit at
seal
the
it
bar
right
and
there.
get like
Yep, yeah,
flights?
yep, you
Okay.
can.
Yeah, it's
There's
like a
bunch
normal-
of tables spread throughout there. I think they have
Nice.
bar bites there too.
They don't. So in New Jersey, you cannot
No.
serve food at a brewery, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a whole weird thing about
And-
this. There's
Yeah.
places
Really?
that kind of get around it, but most places will have menus from local places to bring the food to you.
Yes.
Or
But
like
Then,
a food
but then,
truck
like,
outside.
they won't let you have dogs in the brewery because it's
Well,
a
it's
food
a health
establishment,
violation,
but you
whatever.
can't serve food.
Yeah.
It's a whole.
There
fucking
actually
weird
was
thing.
a very cute dog in this brewery.
Yes.
Always.
It was a service dog.
Ooh, look at that.
Look at that. Now we're talking.
Yeah, that looks like juice, and that's what I like.
See,
Yep.
when we were down there, we had a couple of the beers already. None of us, I don't think, had any of
this one, not this
No,
one.
none of
Other
us.
beers, I'm gonna plug these guys.
Yo, killer beers.
Were
Amazing.
fucking great. The mango
Yeah.
fuzz.
Mango
which
Fuzz, my
This
favorite.
guy also has one of those. Is that
You're
was
gonna
probably
enjoy
my
that
favorite
one.
You guys also, you were nice enough to bring me back a glitch in the Matrix, which I had at the same wedding we were talking about. We cracked it in the parking lot of the church. It was very classy, and put it away. It was delicious. It was a sour, very, very good.
I was wondering where you drank.
Yeah,
that.
I tried that. I was not a fan.
No,
You were-
I'm
fan
not
of
a
that
sa-
one?
I'm not
I
a sour
enjoyed
guy,
that one,
dude.
dude.
It just doesn't do it for me.
So this is the IPA that we're familiar with down here. It looks like
Yeah,
a cloudy, pulpy juice. It looks thick. Looks
Oh
like
my God,
like an
yeah.
orange juice or a
It's
pineapple juice that you spilled a
fruity.
little bit of milk in.
It almost has a pineapple smell to it, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know
Oh,
what.
almost. It's got an amazing pineapple smell to it.
Yeah,
It
dude,
smells a
I
little
am
bit.
super excited because I didn't have this when we were down here.
Yeah,
Smells a
couldn't
little
even
bit
tell
like
you
mango.
what this was. What it was brewed with. Probably mango, since they seem to be heavy on the mango down
Does it-
there.
Yeah,
does
it
it
definitely
say-
Dude,
smells
they had
like
a couple
mango.
different
Yep.
mango flavors there.
Definitely probably has some vanilla.
There's no description on the
Oh,
can.
it smells
No,
like
it's just a
lactose.
crowler.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's just
oh,
a-
They
oh,
write what's on it and the
Right,
ABV.
right, right.
That's it.
So the ABE is 5.1. Okay.
5.1. So
That's
I mean, it's a
little
little bit of a
low.
lighter one.
What did we try? That was like the 7.
So we
seven,
had
seven,
the
yeah.
subconscious, which was like
Yeah.
7.5. We had the mango fuzz, glitch in the matrix, and
I
one
tried
more?
one. I tried one of their coffee stouts that they had there. It was amazing. It was
On
It's
purpose?
called a midnight. Yeah, on purpose. Yep. I was actually gonna get a crowler of that, but they ran out, and I was very, very upset about
Yeah.
that.
Overall, I mean, these guys know what they're doing down there. Based off Vince's initial reaction, this is a good
Dude,
beer.
it is
Oh
just
man,
smell.
that's exactly.
It's
what I'm
just
looking for.
juice, dude.
Before you dive into it, I mean, not before you dive in.
Yeah.
I'm saying before one dives into it, the smell is unbelievable. It smells like juice.
Yeah.
It smells like juice with a little bit of hops
does.
in it, like mango, pineapple.
And
fruit
you're a
juice.
big fan of mango, right?
Oh, I love it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's like
I'm,
Love
I mean,
it.
I'm
Dude,
going.
that's
like
incredible.
on mango fuzz level.
Yeah, that's great.
Ooh, there's
That's a very good beer.
definitely mango in here, 100%. You
That's
taste
a very
it
good
right
beer.
away.
That was cool, man.
Yeah, mango's
I
like one of the
that.
first things that hits you.
We got a lactosey kind of.
A little bit of
milky.
lactose kind of a
Yeah.
thing.
I get
Very
the, I
hoppy.
get the Odie thing again. That
No.
tastes a little
No.
bit of a grainy Odie something or other. Are you guys
Was that this?
beer?
this
That
was a reverse.
Here,
Yeah.
here, I'll take some. You want?
Oh, he just
by all
stole his
means,
own
pass
beer.
that over.
That's a first on the show. You gotta love that.
Yeah.
I've never heard of the place until you guys told me about it. So
Dude, we
like,
didn't
now,
either. They-
now it's a place that's absolutely on my radar because now of the two things I've had, I've enjoyed
Dude,
both
Very-
of
it's
them.
so
very good.
convenient. When we were down at the studio, you walked out the back door, you make a left onto the main road, and you can hit the place with a rock. It's almost right across the street. So when we were told about it, we were like, cool, we're going to get beers, 100%. I'm honestly a little upset I didn't bring beer back for myself.
That was me.
I wish I did, but...
I did.
Hindsight's
We drank
20/20.
it. We drank it within 10 minutes of being home.
Oh, that's right. We had the mango fuzz at your house.
Yo, we got lucky with being right near breweries. We stayed at the crappiest hotel in
Lancaster, that's right.
No, Harrisburg. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Justin.
Justin,
You're not helping yourself.
that was Harrisburg Brewing.
Harrisburg. No, it was Lancaster Brewing.
Oh, it was
Oh,
Lancaster
Lancaster
Brewing.
Brewing.
okay.
Yeah,
They
so-
make a good like a strawberry something.
Someone
Yeah,
had
yeah.
that.
I know what
Someone,
beer you're
Someone
talking
had
about.
the, I had the hop belly.
which I
was
also had, which was
very good.
delicious. Yeah, they had some good beers. Oh, that was me.
No, Vince is all of a sudden
He's
bitching
just
off.
scorching.
Oh, I don't
Vince is
care.
trying to get back in the game.
I don't care, man. They also had some incredible food out there because
Oh, man.
they actually can serve food there.
So you glossed over it a little bit when we were talking about the brewery. So you guys were down at a studio down there?
We were, yeah. Again,
How was that experience?
it was sick, dude. Shout out again to Lumberyard Recording.
Ace and Nick.
Ace and Nick, they killed it. Dude, it was a very different experience of recording than I guess any of us have really dealt with before. Really like funky setup for a studio. It was in
On top of an antique shop.
yeah.
The fuck out of here,
that
really?
Dude, yeah,
Yeah.
you can walk in and like you need to find your mother tchotchkes.
Yeah.
This is the place you're gonna
Multitask.
go to.
Right,
Yep.
And then through a secret door on the second floor is just like a super like how would you even describe that studio? Just
Dude,
like
I don't even know.
Very
It's like-
woody.
It's
very
very
DIY, very DIY studio, but like
Yeah.
But they did it the right way.
They did it-
Yeah.
They're accommodating to bands. They have 6 bunks in there if you need to stay there.
Yeah,
if you're
that's cool.
traveling.
Different
Oh, nice.
tracking
Oh, wow,
rooms.
that's cool.
There's plenty of foods
Yeah.
in there. There's 2 live rooms, and I
Three
don't know if I'm
control
going to
rooms.
spoil
Yeah.
anybody's whatever it may be right now.
Vince,
But they
what's that
are
mean?
going to be redoing it a little bit there, and they're adding a bigger live room. Again, Nick and Ace, guys that have been in the scene for a long time. Ace is in the early November, which I don't know if you guys know either of that band. Nick has also been in. What are you laughing at? Nick's been in A Man Overboard. Both bands have been around for a long time. Know what they're doing. Great songwriters, the both of them. It was just, it was cool to be down there with them and to see how they kind of brought our song to a different level than
Yep.
what it was when we
they,
went in
They
with.
gave us different pointers, and when it came to writing and how we should write certain things and how we should structure the song to kind of have it move along better.
which is
kind of like an issue that we've been having, I'd say, like in our writing
well,
process.
I think their advice is gonna kind of flow into everything
Yeah.
we do from here on out, which
Yep.
is pretty cool.
It's awesome.
So is that your first experience in a studio? Like, so when you recorded your album, or your EP, I guess it technically is what it's called, which is called,
New perspective.
New perspective, yeah.
where does that
Stream it.
happen? Where does that record?
We recorded that with our buddy Mike Lisa.
Who also does killer job.
Yep.
I mean, we've all been recording with him for years. I mean, that EP came out, fucking fantastic for what it was.
Yeah, the EP, I have it. It sounds professional.
Oh, it definitely is.
I wasn't
Didn't even attempt it.
I was leaning
No.
back. I was
No,
like,
super professional. Mike also has been doing this for years. I think he started recording when he was like 13 or 14. Mike's
Yeah, I was
one of
gonna
my
say
best
14,
friends
yeah.
for over 10 years. Has gotten recognition from people like David Bendith, who's owner of House of Loud, major commercial studios, done bands like Periphery, of Mice and Men, Under Oath. So
Paramore.
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 I don't want to say he came up under him, but he did learn a lot of things from him, and again has praise from him. Mike's great at what he does. Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, anybody watching this, any local band in the Northern Jersey area that needs recording as well,
And likes pork roll.
Yeah.
What did you say? like sport roll.
Yeah.
Go see Mike Lisa.
Oh, he's another one that's just like when all five songs going into recording with Mike were drastically changed. Like he just brought him to a level that was like,
Fantastic
yeah,
songwriter.
like just way better than when we walked in with them.
But I mean, going back to what Doug had said before, I mean, I guess we were in the studio. It was great. We're shooting a music video for that on May 12th with Eric DiCarlo, and then I think the potential,
Who's also sick.
So good at what he does.
potential plan to release July-ish.
July-ish.
Mid July, end of July, somewhere in that area.
Mid-July, probably.
So
week
this
before the
is
show.
this is a new music video
Yeah,
New
correct.
music video.
for a new song that you did.
Correct.
So talk a little bit about the music video experience for the last song then, because I know that you guys we worked hard. I happened to be there, so it was interesting to see it from behind the
All
scenes
right,
how it
so
all got
that's-
put together. So
Yep.
talk a little bit about that.
So that was actually all of our first times doing a music video entirely. So that
Thank
was,
you, Eric DiCarlo,
Yeah,
again.
thanks a
Plug
lot.
him real quick.
So that was a really cool experience. We got in there. Honestly, I thought we'd be out of there at like 3 a.m., but Eric was really efficient. We got the ball rolling. We had the thing that I was really concerned about is we had so many people working like with us, so many extras, and we thought it was going to be kind of hard to manage and kind of.
Yeah, there was a total of
Hectic.
like 35, 40 people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was 30, 35.
Yeah, so
Wow.
it was just a matter of getting everyone to basically act like there wasn't a music video being filmed. And it turned out like so incredibly good. We're releasing that August 19th.
April. So
Third beer, it's fine.
I was gonna say
next
third
week.
beer.
We're releasing that next week. Yeah, music video was awesome. I mean, we asked a lot of the people that came here. You know, Doug was one of them. It was a Sunday night with everybody there at 8 o'clock at night. So our incentive for that was, hey, we'll feed you and buy your booze. So
What better incentive?
Right, Stony Brook Grill. Thank you for
Oh
having
yeah,
us.
shout out to
Yeah.
Stony Brook.
Yeah, put up with us big time. I
Stony
don't
Brook
know
Grill
if
in
you
Branchburg?
knew what you were really getting into when we started getting real loud and Vince is blasting his drums away and all of a sudden the song is playing, like we're in a goddamn amphitheater.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean,
Yeah.
he got some Yankees tickets out of it.
He did, yeah, no, he did. I mean, he also helped us out with the price of everything, but everybody was fed, everybody got free drinks.
Very cool.
So
It was an amazing time. It really was. It was a great time.
Yeah, it
And
was.
it was
It was
very
a lot of fun.
interesting
A lot of fun.
to be to see how it all gets put together. It was interesting to live through it.
Yeah, definitely cool.
And you guys, I mean, I don't want to blow the three of you at the same time, but you guys seemed fairly comfortable, like natural at it. It didn't seem like you guys.
we were in a comfortable.
It
We
it
were
seemed
in a
like you
comfortable
guys were taking it
environment.
seriously, obviously,
Yeah.
and you guys all seem natural. So, and this what was his name that did it? There
Eric.
was
Eric DiCarlo.
you can
Square
tell he
Studios.
knows what he's doing because
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude's great.
Shout
Can't
out
wait
to
see
Jim
with him
for
again.
like getting us all wasted.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jimbo.
Yep. Thank you, Jim.
Thanks, Jim. All right, so I'm not going to go on the 15-point scale, but
This is gonna have a strong rating. I feel,
it's
across-
oh my god,
across the
yeah.
board.
So if like this is what
spoiler alert.
this is what I look for in a beer. Like, I really enjoy this. This and like you said, I really enjoy that heady topper, like bitter type IPA. But for me, this has got to be like a 4.5, 4.75. Like it's somewhere in that range. It was juicy. It had a ton of flavor. It smelled delicious. It goes down really smooth, probably too smooth.
It's a dangerous beer.
It's a dangerous beer,
Right,
dude.
right.
And also, when my beer looks like juice, I just know I'm gonna like it. So, shout out for the 5th time to Vinyl for just being good at
Speaking
what.
of blowing,
kick
at least we're
ass,
gonna keep
yeah.
blowing vinyl.
Yeah, dude.
Are they the-
Yo, sponsor us.
Are they the new Magnify?
Brew from here.
Yeah, brew from here.
Brew
Let's
from-
do it.
Yo, let's hit him up.
Absolutely.
All right, so and down next, I'm gonna give it a 4.5. I just could tell from almost the cloudiness in it when it first poured that I was gonna really like the beer, and obviously the smell and the notes of fruitiness and lactose, just great flavors all around. So that was a very solid beer.
I'm gonna go a solid 4.75. I'm sure there is a perfect beer out there for me somewhere. This was as close to perfect as it can get. From the pour, the nice heady top. It has this wonderful fruity aroma of pineapple and mango. You sip it and you get the fruity taste behind it. I got a little bit of oatiness behind it as well. It's not too thick. It's not too thin.
Like a proud dad listening to you.
Yeah.
describe it. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
What
It got
happened?
first place in the.
It's got a nice coloration to it. It's a goddamn good beer, and I'm very upset that they are an hour and 45 minutes from here.
Yeah, we should call him and be like, ship us some fucking.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, if we go down and record our EP there, I am 100% bringing a bunch of beer home.
We're gonna be getting a couple growlers. Yeah.
Absolutely. So 4.75, strong.
Although, just to throw it out there, this or the mango fuzz.
The Mango Fuzz
Mango
too,
Fuzz.
which Doug has. Maybe
the
Doug can put that in
4.75
another
for me.
show.
That's a
whatever it may be.
5
Is
for me. That
another
was-
fantastic beer from Vine.
That's
Check
like-
out Corks and Crowlers at the WGoB network, anywhere you get your podcasts. The Crowler version will be Mango Fuzz.
How fitting.
So for me, my favorite style IPA, citrusy, cloudy, New Englandish. Mango for me, there was a big mango influence and a big lactose influence, and a lot of these dreamsicle beers you see out just taste like some of them I've had that have been very good. So, and for the ABV being 5.1%, it's amazing to me this beer is as hoppy as it is.
That's right. That's right. It's only 5.1%.
it's the
Oh,
fate.
for a- for-
You still get the pine.
For a double dry hop, you get the color, you get the taste. I mean, never heard of this brewery, but thank you guys for bringing us. This is an awesome beer. So I'm gonna go 4.5. Pretty solid beer.
I'm actually going to hang with Justin on this one with a 4.75. I thought for a second about giving it a 5, but that seems aggressive.
Wow.
That seems aggressive. This is fucking delicious, though. This is amazing. A lot of pineapple, a lot of mango. It's like pithy. It's thick. It's creamy. It's perfect. It's an amazing beer. So 4.75 for me.
Nice.
So we just
And that is
declare-
the double dry hopped advances, right? Yeah, double dry hopped advances from Vinyl Brewing down in Hamilton, New Jersey. So we appreciate you. 5.1% alcohol by volume. So last out of the sack is from Captain Lawrence Brewing Company. It's a 2013 gold winner, actually, for the experimental beer category. They call this Hops and Roses. The music tie-in is going to be obvious. Guns N' Roses, Hops and Roses.
Who's that?
It's
Axl
a It's a malt beverage aged in oak barrels with rose hips, elderflowers, and hibiscus.
I'll get that for you, bud.
Yeah, thank you.
Hibiscus?
Sound like it would be
Hibiscus.
Hibiscus.
It's an American sour ale, so you guys will be happy.
I'm happy. I like
I'm
sours.
not.
This golden ale has aged on oak barrels with Brettanomyces and a few choice flowers to give it a complex and floral aroma. Tart, tangy, and full of flavor. Straight from the captain's cellar to yours. We hope you enjoy. It's the 2016 batch.
Look at the
Good.
two-tone look there.
Good.
What the fuck was about to happen? Are you going to shoot the cork at me or something?
No, not at all, dude. I wouldn't.
It's all fun and games to somebody lose an eye.
He's got this fucking shit-eating grin on his face.
Yeah, I don't like it.
The whole time.
I don't like it.
The cork and cage.
Yeah, I'm covering. Like,
Dan's got glasses on. He's safe.
I don't
Yeah.
like
His
when
eye's not going to get taken out.
This doesn't look all that different than the first beer. Actually, it looks a little bit pilsner,
You're right.
except a little more
It
cloudy.
looks like the second one, actually.
A little more golden.
Is it the second one I'm thinking of? You know what? It is the second one I'm
Second
thinking
one,
of.
yeah.
You're right. Yeah, the second one. It's that kind of darker,
This is more golden though. This
a little
second
bit,
was
yeah, a little
caramelly.
bit more golden, but it's still kind of a dark orangish color.
Oh, Jay.
White head that disappeared almost immediately. Lacing is decent.
interesting smell.
Smells a little bit like a foot.
Oh,
Yeah, dude, it smells straight up bad.
Feet smell.
Jim Morgan.
Well, listen. So
It's
Does hibiscus
it
smell?
smells like vomit, dude.
Brettanomyces is going to give you like a
Oh.
barnyardy
Right.
kind of woodsy.
Yeah,
wild.
like
Vomit smell.
vomit.
A wild-
pig's vomit.
Wild
Yeah.
Big
beast.
vomit.
Pig's vomit. Yo, Vince, you like sours?
I fucking love sours, dude.
Vin's not a sour guy.
You get those wild hops in you
I'm not either.
down there.
See here.
Man, it smells a little bit vinegary.
It tastes
smells a little bit
definitely
like,
better than it smells.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But the aftertaste is god awful.
Pick one, guy. What team are you playing for?
Going in, it's not bad.
no,
Not
it's
bad.
not.
The aftertaste is so bad.
Yeah, but it only lasts like a second. Thank God.
I don't mind it.
Vinegar
It's
is
got
what I
that.
get.
Yeah, it's got that
Yeah.
initial sour kick.
Little vinegary, a little citrusy.
Yeah.
A lot of
Second
barnyard.
syllable is rough.
Like if you
Don't even think about it.
if you do that, it kind of feels like you were licking my dog's fur. This has got to be a dream for Vince.
Dude, this is rough.
This is rough.
Everybody's got their cup covered. Nobody wants any extra.
Why couldn't we just have another vinyl?
Another vinyl. Well, I mean, we could have, but someone's greedy.
Corks and Crowlers.
We
Corks and
got
Crowlers.
these for you.
Speaking of dreams, you guys have a dream tour? And I don't mean like, can you go back in time and tour with like fucking Led Zeppelin or whatever the fuck? I mean like, where you are right now. Do you have a dream tour?
Dream tour. So that was Justin.
No, it's not. I didn't
was it
even
Doug?
get there.
So
was that like?
are we talking bands like our level or like slightly above our level, or
No,
are we
I
going
mean,
Like
whatever-
any band.
Whatever you think.
Any-
So like the summer is coming up right now. What tour would you get on? Do you have a dream tour?
What tour would we get on?
Oh, like that's happening?
That no, just like if we could
Just
throw
random.
One together. Dance Gavin Dance would be a great one to tour with. And let's say us, Dance Gavin Dance, and I don't even know. Just
I'm going to say, based off the new song that we just came out of the studio with, maybe State Champ Story so far.
ooh, that would be a sick tour. Yeah, and then throw Dance Gavin Dance on there because why not?
Yeah,
just
it's
the
a dream
four of
tour.
us.
Fuck it.
Yeah, and then Under Oath Costello.
Oh my god, dude. Yes,
Yeah. I mean, I'd say personally, I really want to tour with Taking Back Sunday. They seem like really fun guys.
I was thinking that.
Yeah.
I would love to tour with them. Yeah, Under Oath. Story so far.
All right, making a festival. I mean, all right, so festival tour. Under Oath, 4 year strong. Story so far.
4 years
State champs.
strong, how could I forget?
Our last night.
the music? festival?
Get him?
Got
What
it
just
again.
happened? Did you almost get it?
Did you get it again?
Almost.
Oh,
No, I was nice. I didn't keep pouring.
the testes did not get wet this time. That's good.
Keep the testes dry.
Keep the
I
testes dry.
do want to circle. I don't want to lose this. I want to circle back to something you guys said
Yeah.
before when you were describing your style. For somebody who doesn't really like, what's mathcore? How would you define mathcore?
Math rock.
Good question.
Or math
Very,
rock,
very
math
complex music.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Driving.
syncopated rhythms, changing time signatures. Yeah, that pretty
For
much
all you
sums it
music
up right
nerds out
there.
there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I guess we never really got into the our tagline, which may not remain, but we're just music for sad boys and guitar nerds. So yeah.
All right.
May or may
Why
not
not?
stick.
I
Yeah,
like
May,
it.
may or may not stick.
determined.
I mean, based
Might
on
lose some guitar nerds.
yeah, based on new perspective, we have a lot of like funky, odd rhythms and riffs. Newer stuff. I mean, I guess you'll have to find out.
Look at me in the running now.
Oh.
You motherfucker!
I got a little
What happened? Did somebody else get something?
I was trying, dude.
Fucking all hell's breaking loose.
Girls Booze Compound. Watch the floor. Watch your glass.
You got enough
Floor
in here
got
to piss
soaked.
me off.
The floor did not watch his glass.
Watch the floor. Watch your
Floor,
glass.
watch your glass.
As I drink this, dude, it's getting better and better.
I mean, I'm glad I got
It's,
rid
yeah,
of.
it's
a
not as
little
bad
bit
as it
of
was
but-
at first, actually.
No.
Dude,
Yeah.
that first sip was the worst. Like the aftertaste I had in that.
A
Maybe
lot
it's,
of some of the flavor
getting worse and
profiles
worse for me.
release when the beers get warmer, depending on
I'm
upon
gonna
the
hold
beer.
the
so.
shit out of this beer then. Jesus Christ!
I almost just came out my nose.
It's open. It's
You
opening
just
up.
came out your nose, bro.
How does that happen?
Who's that?
I burped, Chris.
So we have a rule during practice that if Mike just has these overly obnoxious burps, he has to put $1 in a jar.
Yep.
Yep, they're like,
Douchebag jar.
It's that bad, huh?
yeah.
Well, there's stages to this. We were supposed to have like conference calls every Monday night. Jim stopped doing that because he's a fucking twat.
Fucking
we also
Jim.
kind of wrote him off
Hey,
on
Jim,
it.
it's
But
straight.
if you missed one of those, it was $20 in the jar. If you wound up noodling in the middle,
$20?
yeah,
Damn.
dude.
Could get
'cause-
expensive.
Well,
Holy
yeah, dude, because this was like the collective of what we have to do over the next
right,
week. Here's
right.
the plan for the next
Got to
2
take
weeks.
stock in it.
So,
Yeah,
right.
right.
Excessive noodling and stupid shit like that was, like $5, and then
If Dan makes a
me too.
terrible fucking accent,
Dan does accents, anything other than Indian, it's $5.
Talk a little bit about the song creation process then. Like, does one guy write? Does everybody write? Does one guy write music? One guy write lyrics? Does it all kind of collaborate? Like, how do you arrive at the songs?
So
We all put our ideas into pretty much everything, I'd
yeah,
say.
I mean, how it's been working thus far is I'll go down with a riff or a verse and a chorus, and usually Vince is the first one to practice. We practice at Vince's house, and the studio is in Vince's basement. He's usually the first one home, so he hears it, and he's just like, all right, yeah, I got this drum idea, and so on and so forth. But then Mike and Dan get home, and that's when it really starts from there. Lyrics are, Dan's got extra lyrics, but it's never the first thing to come. Obviously you need to hear the song before you can start thinking of, okay, yeah, I want it to have this meaning, or I want it to go in that direction, whatever it may be. But I think it's, it more or less, unfortunately, starts with me coming up with a riff.
yeah, that's pretty
For
much
these
it.
couple songs
And then
that
I
we've
pretend I know how to play guitar, and I add my little bit. But as far as lyric, this is the first song. The song we just recorded was the first song that we took a totally different approach to lyrics.
We had like, what,
Basic-
4
yeah,
pages?
We had like
4 pages of
four
concepts.
pages that was condensed down to I don't even know.
Just a song.
3
the
minutes.
song,
Yeah, to 3 minutes worth of
3 minute
song, less if you count parts that we were actually singing in.
Yep.
Right.
But actually, shout out to Ace Enders for giving us a totally new concept of writing. He was just like, "Yo, write a story and then just like make it visual." So like when we were writing the lyrics for this song, we had 4 pages of a story.
Me?
Yeah, all day.
So you guys like a lot of times it's spontaneous with the lyrics. You stumble upon them,
So,
just messing around.
What
or-
I do is sometimes I'll create like a chorus and then I'll get like a rough idea of I can't tell if people are doing it, but
I just saw something go through their head. I don't know. It's instinct at this point.
yeah. So basically, I'll think of a chorus melody and I'll have like a rough idea of like a lyric for that. So if it fits in with what we're working with, I'll kind of run with that and
Doug's
take it from there. But yeah, we try to keep all our lyrics themed and we kind of try and agree on a theme before proceeding.
So Justin and I have talked about this in the past. And maybe I don't know if Justin's the one to answer this question. The creation part of it has always been amazing to me. Like, how do you just sit down with a guitar and be like, "Bah, bah, bah, bah," and it turns into a fucking song? So
Start.
what comes first, the lyrics or the music?
The music.
Usually the music. Yeah.
So the music.
Yeah.
So you start
How
ripping.
the fuck do you make a song? Like, how does this even happen?
It
Like, are you
literally-
just fucking around on the guitar?
starts
and
with
then-
one part.
So-
it all starts with one part.
It
pretty
starts
much.
with one part, and I'll either hear something in my head or I'll just sit down with my guitar and start literally just fucking around until I find something that I think is cool. Definitely one of these two
One of
guys.
I was
These two,
vaping,
yeah.
so like, I was right there, man.
Definitely one of you.
All right, I'll take it.
Yeah, you definitely got.
I'll start fucking around with my guitar, and
So
if I come
ridiculous.
across a part that I think is just like, okay, yeah, this is workable. Let's build off this. That's how it starts. Like Dan just said, it's one part,
Yeah.
and then you build around it. I'll either come up with a riff that could be a potential verse, an intro, or I think the song we just recorded, the first thing I had was the chorus.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's just always amazing to me how like even the
Yeah.
changes and the tempo changes and the
How it
like
comes
the
together.
the solo kind of stuff, or not the solos, but the solo kind of stuff too. Like it's amazing how the song creation process is amazing to me as somebody that doesn't know how to do it. So. I've
And
always-
that changed. That's what, like, when we were talking about the 2 studios that we've been to, you go in with this song and you're like, this is fucking kick ass, and then they're like, hey, X, Y, and Z could be better.
Yeah.
And you're just like, fuck,
And then
yeah.
it's like,
Really?
Wow, this is,
Are you sure, dude? And then
That's
they're like,
obviously-
yeah, let's do this. Like, shout out to Mike Lisa again. Like, when we were recording our EP, like, he just drilled it into us. Like, try
Try
everything. Like,
Yeah.
the worst case, you just backspace it and
it.
yeah,
Exactly.
and scrap it. But like, there's
And
so many.
What was written on the wall down in Lumberyard?
Yeah.
Give everything a shot.
Yeah,
Or
give
something like
everything
that.
a shot.
Give
Some
everything,
along
make
those
it
lines.
raw.
Yeah. I mean, there's an infinite number of paths that any song can take. So, you don't know. I mean, like, we have our EP, New Perspective, and like, there's parts that could still have been better,
Yeah,
and it's just
exactly.
like you just don't know, man. So you got to try everything until it's like you listen back and you're like, oh fuck yeah, that's
Right.
that's
this
the
is,
one.
This is cool. This is it.
This is cool. We love it. Even if we won't later on.
And that's just experience, putting the time in. I mean, that's how you get to that point,
Yep.
right?
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
trial and error.
Oh, if you listen to
Yep.
all of our first bands,
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
very
it's just like,
cringy.
what the fuck? How did these guys get to where they are now?
So with that in mind, how does the Christmas song happen?
Sorry,
That was
sorry, Mike.
Shredding around the Christmas tree.
Oh,
How does
my
that
idea.
achieve?
But yeah, it's-
That was all my idea. So I was only a couple months into the band, and I was just like, yo, it's fucking Christmas time. It's been a little bit since the band has done anything musically. I was just like, let's capitalize on the market, do something stupid, and do a Christmas cover.
Feeling
which
festive.
I still think came out fucking cool for
It
what
did.
it is.
Yeah, I enjoy. I listen to it sometimes.
I do too.
Yo, so it's where are we at? We're in March right now. We still get like
No. We're in April.
we're in April. Yeah.
Wow.
Fuck me. We're in April right now, and we're still getting streams on it. Like
Yeah.
in the
I
middle
can
of
see that. It's a fun song. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a cool song.
Right. And it's something we could just take a pitch, and next Christmas, here you go. Here's the View from
exactly.
Here's Christmas
Recycle
cover.
that the recite the
That was my
recyclability
biggest take
is,
on it.
like,
I was like, we
definitely
only
the
got to
best.
do it once, and then we can just put it out
Yeah,
again.
right.
right.
Mike was very sad during the whole process. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah, our bassist was not a fan. He's
the
he's
Scrooge.
Krampus.
Yeah, Scrooge, Krampus,
Yeah.
Grinch.
Fucking hates Christmas. Granted, he works retail in a mall.
Ebenezer.
Oh,
He's
well,
a
there
Zo-
you go.
He's a Zoomy
That'll
store
do it.
manager, so it's just like he fucking hates that time of the year. But he took it out on us,
Walking
and that's
around,
not fair.
walking around with the chains around his ankle.
Yeah.
Ebenezer.
Yeah, literally.
Yo, Mike, start
yeah.
wearing chain
Mike
bands.
says, "Fuck that song." Till it dies. Till it dies. Mike couldn't be
Mike
here with
checking
us,
in on
but he's
Instagram Live.
he's
Mike.
contributing via Instagram Live.
Love you, Mike. Wish you were here, dude.
Yeah.
So, well, let's do this. Let's rate this.
All right.
Yeah. Hops and Roses, Captain Lawrence Brewing.
We'll start on that end.
Well, you haven't started yet, so down to you. What's
Yeah,
going
all right.
on?
So I don't dislike sours at all, although that wasn't the greatest sour I've ever had. It wasn't bad. A little vinegary for me, and I'm gonna give it a 3.75. I'm gonna give it a 3.75. I don't know.
Sure
You're
about that?
bold, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm
a
gonna go
little
there.
strong.
3.75. It's probably a little too much, but it wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. I'm glad we waited till the end and didn't have it in the beginning because I would have been upset because I feel like my palate is wrecked now.
Right. I get the vinegar too. I get that same thing.
Because
But
you're a douche. No.
But I didn't get that till a couple seconds after the taste. So it wasn't anything great. The cork was cool, the bottle was cool, but it wasn't like a prototypical sour in terms of the intensity of it.
Is the cork cool? It looks like any cork I've ever
Well,
seen.
it's cool to have a cork. Is what I'm saying. The
Concept of the cork is cool.
Right. Somebody's eye almost got taken out over there, so that was cool. But other than that, I'll go 3.25. It just wasn't. Oh yeah,
3.25.
3.25. It wasn't anything exciting. I don't particularly like vinegar, so
That's Probably about where I was going to land as well. 3.25, 3.5. I mean, can we use thirds for an exception? 3.33.
No, I'm begging you to pick one.
Whatever, but
you gotta be
3.25. My real answer is 3.33, but whatever stipulations about the real show.
Rules.
You get that distilled bitter taste right off the bat, and I have pretty bad cottonmouth from it now.
You know what? I have a little bit of that
Yeah.
too, actually. Yeah.
Good call.
I
Yeah.
mean the aftertaste of it isn't so bad. Once you get rid of the
Speak for
gnarly
yourself.
kick to it right up from the bat, is not bad. It has a nice smooth sour taste for what it is.
All right, so I'm gonna be fair, rated on terms of sours. I don't really like sours, but I'll give it a 3.25 because it really wasn't as bad as other sours I've had. It wasn't like obnoxiously sour, which I don't like. So, yeah, 3.25.
So I'm gonna rate this with a grade curve because the first sip.
Fucked up rating system.
Leave it to me to fuck up the system. But the first sip was a solid 1. It fucking sucked. It was straight terrible. The aftertaste was like vomit. Towards the end, I don't know if I'm getting drunker or if like as the beer went through, like I probably landed on like a 2. It was bad.
Curve? 2 with a curve?
Yeah, 2 with a curve.
Yeah. That whole curve. The whole curve. Let you do it too. It was more like a. Is that really a curve?
It's a ramp. I don't know.
It's a ramp.
The grading curve's how I got through school.
No doubt.
Same
That
college,
is how you
yeah.
got through school.
Yeah, it was bad. I just don't like sours. So like, yeah, that's where I'm at.
So the Hops and Roses from Captain Lawrence Brewing out of New York. Apparently not a big fan favorite here. So.
$12. You should be fucking ashamed.
Well, $12 a bottle. These sours, man. These people are commanding crazy prices for these sours.
Damn corking
Yeah,
face.
cut it out, hipsters.
Well, Chris, you know what that means.
Yes.
Even if the boys don't,
Ooh.
that means we've gone through our 4 good beers.
Do we have to do it?
We have to do it.
Can we do
So let's.
beer tonight first?
Of course, yeah.
Excuse me.
I'm a professional here, Justin. It's not my first time.
Let's get this
So what we'll
started.
do is we'll recap the 4 that we had, and then we'll kind of figure out what we thought was our best beer of the night. So we started with
I don't think we need to figure it out.
Enter.
Just
No, I know. I think this is going to be a clean
preemptively
sweep.
just
But
go ahead and
we
do
started
that.
with Enter Night from Stone Brewing, collaboration with Metallica, a Pilsner. We slid over to the American Beauty, which was the Dogfish Head with Grateful Dead. From there, we went to the Double Dry Hopped Advances, which is already sitting on the pedestal from Vinyl Brewing.
We know the answer.
And we finished up with the Hops and Roses from Captain Lawrence Brewing Company, the sour, which everybody was a huge, huge fan of. So,
So what was second place for you guys?
The Grateful Dead.
Yeah,
That's a
okay,
more
yeah.
fair contest.
Yeah, I agree. I think
so who wants to start?
Can we just get a collective at the same time, Dan?
Am I in the running for last right now?
You are now tied.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You want to start? Who wants
Everybody
to
at the
start?
same
Are we
time?
thinking-
Can we just
Oh,
get
yeah, everybody
at
at the same time? Everybody at the same time?
1,
All right.
The winner of the night was
3.
Double Dry Hopped Advances. Double Dry Hopped Advances from Vinyl is our beer of the night. That it was. I don't know that you and I at least have had a show where the answer was so clear so early into it. So
you're right. You're absolutely
Double Dry
right.
Hopped Advances from Vinyl Brewing is the beer of the night. So Chris, if you want to remove that from there,
Sorry, I got to remove you. You were good.
Beer of the
we'll
year.
slide this out of here because
Can I give it a kiss?
kiss it and kiss it and put it
I
there.
like that. It's a little bit of love.
So with the pedestal open and the good beer picked, you know what that means.
Oh.
It's time, Chris.
To kill myself.
It's time for bad beer of the night. Bad beer of the night is time.
And it's
What do we got?
It's not going to be a good one.
So the bad beer of the night tonight comes from Blue Hills Brewing, which I think we've talked about before on the show.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So
Oh no,
This is,
that's not
uh,
a good sign.
No, dude. this
Blue
is
Hills
gonna be
Brewery,
bad.
we visited a little over 3 years ago. Chris and I did.
Yeah.
And this is their black hops, they call it.
Seems longer than 3 years ago.
It does feel like longer.
Hopefully.
Black hops is 6.7% alcohol by volume, 1 pint, 6 fluid ounce bottle. Drink fresh, keep cold. And again, this is 3.5 years old. It's it's a style, its own creation with a grain bill akin to German Schwarzbier. Black hops. Did somebody go for it? Because I'm ready.
No.
No, I scratched the
It
side.
draws its bitterness from most of the malts, evoking chocolate and coffee on the nose and palate. With only 2 hop additions late in the 90-minute boil and a third in the fermentation tank, Black Hops brings together full, rich, dark malt flavor while maintaining a highly approachable, light-bodied finish similar to a well-hopped American Pale Ale. I'm willing to bet that is not true now. This unique offering weighs in at 6.7% alcohol by volume. Enjoy sensibly.
Great.
drink fresh.
That is Dan.
No.
Great.
It was either you or Chris. I don't know who it was.
it was
You both
definitely
kind of went at
Dan,
the same time. All right. Dan, this is not looking good for you, brother.
The lead. It's the lead.
Dan is in the
Dan,
lead.
you may get 2 bad beers.
All right,
to
let's
drink here in a row.
fucking get this over
Let's
with. dude.
let's
This
jam
is-
into this bad boy because
be
Justin is
so
pumped
bad.
up for it.
I'm stoked, dude.
I'm taking the beginnings.
I'm ready.
What a
Yeah,
smart
I'd
move.
prefer not to get the end this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Which
No,
way,
I'll
which
take
way
that
is it
down.
going?
Yeah, you can go that way. That's fine.
I
Please.
give myself
The
a
boys are the
conservative-
guests. We'll let them.
you're right,
Conservative pour because I don't know what it's like.
Oh my
and
god!
immediately
Look at the
come-
color of
It
that.
actually doesn't look bad.
Just
It looks like this can.
It smells a little.
Well, it should.
It smells a little.
These kinds of beers you always want to drink within,
You're being generous.
That's a serious pour. That's a gentleman's pour
Boy,
right there.
thank you.
Yo,
Wait, yeah. We might distribute.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not hating.
That just tastes like a fucking fart.
You tasted it?
You
tried it
I
already,
went
you
right
savage?
in it. It tastes like a fucking shitty ass.
Fuck it.
What are we
Justin,
going,
you're an
bottom
animal.
of the letter?
Yo, I'm actually,
terrible.
I'm excited, man.
Hey, that's not terrible.
This guy again, Dan, knock it off with the not terrible. That's how we got into this predicament.
Perfect.
yeah,
Look at the perfect pour.
Oh, what is coming out of there?
That doesn't matter.
These guys over here again are not hating the beer. Dougie, let me smell yours. Just give me, let me smell it.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
promise I'm not gonna do anything. I swear to God.
Because he's got the last
Yeah,
pour.
yours smells a little bit more pungent than mine.
Oh God.
Good news for you.
Everybody watch your cups
Good
for
news
that.
Doug.
Oh man, that smells awful. It smells like malt vinegar. It smells like
Oh, dude, I couldn't even sip it.
it smells like my
Yeah,
dick.
I don't know. You're bugging.
Let me
No,
see if
you're
my sense-
bugging, like-
Let's see if my
Yeah, you're
sense
bugging.
kicks
It
in.
smells like my dick and ball area. It smells like the inside of my grill.
This seems like
If I roasted my own nuts, and it smells like
That was Justin.
it smells like malt vinegar and all
Yeah,
that.
dude. As I'm
awful.
getting more into it, it smells worse, but it doesn't taste that bad.
Yeah.
Man. I'm
It
not.
tastes fucking bad. You don't taste that aftertaste? That gnarly sewage,
sour aftertaste, man.
sewage
Yeah, it's
taste in your mouth.
What's
It's
your
a-
flavor profile? Sewage.
Yeah.
Shit.
Garbage. Yeah.
Oh man, dude.
Waste dump.
I don't want to drink this because the
Sounds like,
alcohol's just fermented. I gotta drive home like.
I have a burning in my chest now. Come on. Joe.
Oh man.
You know what's funny?
And he got the burn. Make sure you
That
mark,
was
make
so
sure you mark the
good,
score
dude.
down, by the way.
Yeah!
I guess I'm gonna have to leave that down.
I'm free.
This is like
You're
cold.
free, man.
I'm gonna go dump the shit in your
Celebrate.
car, Justin.
I will actually fight you.
I'll be right back.
You're
Oh
free.
my
Just
god, fucking
celebrate
guy.
your freedom,
I
Justin.
had to, dude. I could. That was disgusting.
It's like cold brew coffee with shit in it.
That was Justin.
Justin knows you.
I'll take the point. I don't give a fuck.
Good, because you're in the tie for that shot. That's
Yeah,
coming.
that's fine. You have a whole bad beer that I had to drink to yourself.
Chris, take a note. Never have Justin back.
We'll bring Mike instead of him.
Yeah.
Yo, just take a fucking big ass swig. You're all right.
You want to just down and want it?
I love you, dog. Don't ever forget
You might
that.
die. Yeah, I don't want you to die.
Dude, no, he'll be all right. He's a big boy.
Well,
He's drank definitely worse beers than this. He's going for it.
Yeah.
Just scut.
This is not at all the worst I've ever had.
Do you
No,
see?
but
do
it
you-
was definitely bad.
Are there any
enough to where I
strings in
didn't want
here? No, you're okay.
Yeah, that'll be the kicker. This one doesn't taste that bad, and then these fucking parasites climbing through my
die.
intestines.
Well, then we have the.
Why are you holding your nose?
Wait,
you
you
can't
can't
smell, you
smell.
prick.
I don't think it works like that.
No, it doesn't. The taste isn't as bad if you do that.
But that's only if you can smell.
There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you.
God.
Good shit, boys.
Yeah.
So,
God.
what's Dan drinking?
Wait, is it me?
It's you.
Yeah, it's you.
Oh, God.
So we've reached the end of the bad beer.
I didn't
so
lose. Unbelievable.
if you follow along with us, generally what we do at this point is we tell Chris that he's lost the game, and then we start slosh talk with another bad beer of the night that Chris drinks all to himself. But for the boys here, we're going to do something a little bit different. We decided that whoever loses drinks a shot from this giant liquor wall over here to our right. And the big winner or loser, depending on how you look at it, is Dan. Woo! Ding, 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 ding. Dan, what are we drinking?
So we're going weird with this.
No.
Quarter
This is-
shot of tequila. Dude,
For as
let it
bad
go.
I got all this
for as bad as Chris, Frank, and I are to
I
each
might
other,
puke,
this shit is
Brady.
brutal.
Vince is going to die. Or Dan's going to die.
he
Let me
might.
smell this quick. Let me smell. Give me.
Don't fill that.
Oh, fuck yeah, I'm feeling
So this is
It's like fucking black licorice.
so this is half of
Is that Sambuca?
Mayan
Dude,
liqueur.
what are you
Daritzi.
No, you just wait.
It's a Mayan
Yeah, you
liqueur
hang
of
on
honey,
to
anisette, and rum.
Oh. Oh my God. Man, I feel bad for
Did I tell you
him.
about the other roll? You have to throw up on camera.
He may.
That smells great. I love
Oh, man. I feel
I
like Steve-O,
love
dude, doing some
So it's
jackass.
half.
No!
Hold on, I'm gonna go up to the
So it's
camera.
half and half.
No,
1800
no.
coconut.
Wait, give him a sip of beer or
Oh.
something.
And the
Give
Mayan.
him
There's no beer
something.
left.
Give
Look
him a
at
chaser.
Look at a cloudy.
No chaser.
Take
Look at a
take some
cloudy-
ice cubes.
Just look at how
Absolutely.
Oh god, it's settling too. The color,
settling, yeah.
it's disgusting.
Let me smell it.
Look how cloudy it
Dan,
is.
Dan, don't smell it.
It looks like there's hops in there. It's so cloudy.
That is,
Holy shit! God bless you.
Noristi. I might have to take my shirt off because I'm gonna like vomit. Don't vomit.
No, the bottom is fucking dink, and you know.
So here's Dan's punishment for losing the burp game.
Yo, what the fuck?
Down and one, Dan.
Oh my God! Never in a million years would I have done that shot.
got it. He's got it.
Breath, but the aftertaste.
You want an ice cube? Take an ice cube. Rinse your palate. Take an ice cube.
You are now
dude.
a fire-breathing dragon.
Look at him. He can't even speak.
Oh,
Bro, I'm telling you, take one of these.
What
It's
did
gonna help you.
what did that taste like?
More like licorice than tequila.
Licorice, okay.
All right, so it's
Oh.
So we actually might have helped him out with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
indirectly.
Yeah. All right. Wait till your stomach gets all that into
oh
it.
my god.
Oh man, it's been real.
If only you could be here with us, you could hear these sounds coming out of Dan. It's amazing. So
That was a bad shot of the night.
Bad shot of
bad shot of the night.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's Bands and Beers. We appreciate
Thank you, guys.
the view from here for being here with us.
Thanks for having
Thank you
us.
guys for having
Yeah,
us.
that was a lot of
For
fun,
a
man.
second time.
Yeah.
Anytime,
Yeah.
you guys are always welcome. So
I told you, man, whiskey. When you have the whiskey
Yeah.
night, call me up.
Absolutely. We
As
can
long
do
as it's not in April, because I'm gonna try not to fail my.
Yeah, you can
my
schedule it literally whenever. It doesn't matter if it's
every 7 episodes we do an all liquor show.
right.
We just filmed an all liquor show, which Chris missed. So
That's stress.
that's now 2 all liquor shows that you've
Are you
missed.
okay? You got something?
What?
No, it's fine. It's just a little,
All right, yeah. So
Not
just
in
give me a call and I'll be here.
All right.
all right. Yeah, we'll put you on for the next all liquor show.
What do you do for the bad? Do you like what's the
We
deal?
still do a bad beer.
Yeah.
We'll start with you guys because we plug all kinds of shit. Plug your stuff. Where do we find you? Where do we get the album? What do we do?
All right, so we're on all social media under the View From Here NJ. So Instagram, Facebook. We're gonna eventually make a Snapchat, hopefully.
Yeah, Twitter, TV, FHNJ. But more importantly, fuck all that. Stream us on Spotify so
Listen
we like
to us on Apple Music.
yeah, listen to us on Apple Music. Stream us so we can like
And the Spotify streams are crazy now, right?
Yeah, the
Spotify streams are good.
Spotify.
Here it goes.
Spotify has been.
I'm surprised you got through that segment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Talking
look,
of
gnarly.
Spotify has been treating us well, so like keep that up for us. Also, you can go to theviewfromherenj.com. You can buy our merch. There's gonna be new merch on there. And what else do we have? I don't know. Fucking keep.
Well, all on the website. There's the
Look out
merch,
for our music
shows,
video.
pictures, music video coming out next week.
One coming out in the
music video
summer.
being shot over the summer. Correct. Bunch of shows over the summer. New single over the summer. Bunch of stuff coming up. Keep your eyes.
And if you're at a show, buy Dan a Smirnoff Ice.
Ice this motherfucker.
Dan loves Smirnoff Ice.
We're still
Right in
doing
the
that?
middle of the set.
Oh, we're
I
doing
thought that was done.
Yo,
Okay.
almost every show Dan plays, he gets iced. Yeah.
Let's not do that.
But thank you
We're
guys.
still
This was tons of fun, man.
Oh,
Thanks,
please,
guys.
anytime.
Thanks.
You guys are always welcome. It was a pleasure, and thanks for making some time for us. We are the Gorillas of Booze. You can find us all over social media as well at Gorillas of Booze on Instagram and Twitter, Facebook. Booze Gorillas on Twitter. But more importantly than all that, it's WGoB Network. That's YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud, anywhere you get your podcasts or your video shows. That's where you find us, WGoB Network. And of course, follow the Hopped Up Network at Hopped Up Network, hoppedupnetwork.com. That's our secondary home. Us and a bunch of other podcasts and everybody doing their thing out there. They were nice enough to sponsor the podcast row of the Atlantic City Beer Festival. So big ups to our brothers there for the Hopped Up Network. You want to talk about the high-end gym as well? If you want to watch this punk-ass's bitch's veins pump out while he gets fat and skinny and fat and skinny and fat as he is now. This is Fitness Empire, at Fitness Empire on Instagram for Chris's high-end gym in Blairstown, New Jersey. That it?
That's it. You said it all.
Again, we thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Come
boys.
back anytime.
Thank you,
Good
guys.
luck to you.
Appreciate it.
And check us out. The View from Here, Girls of Booze. Peace!
Peace.
Hey!